I don't know. Okay. So let's recap. I mean, I was thinking about this a lot. So we know for sure that. So for those who weren't here for this, this level's gimmick is that you push shapes when you enter them. You push them. Rule 1 is starting in a circle, gives you the first dot. Rule 2 is ending in a square, which gives you the second dot. Rule 3 seems to just be that it's basically a variant of don't pass through the bad shape, but it's not worded quite like that. It's just don't ever pass through a shape. It's like you have to start in one shape and end in another shape, and you can't just go through a shape. Your line basically has to have only 2 shapes in it and cannot extend past them. So even if you go through a bad shape, it gives you the dot, but you can't go through it, basically. That seems to be the rule. I'm pretty sure it's the rule. And then rule 5, we don't know the details of it, but it seems to just be that you split the grid into islands that have 2 shapes in them. So it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you split it into 2 islands that are not filled in, and those islands have 2 shapes, then you're good. So there might be more details to it. Like, I don't know if the rule is every island must contain 2 shapes, or no, that's probably it. Every island you make must contain 2 shapes. And so for this one, what was the good solution? This was the good solution. Oh, right, I remember now. And then when I did this, I lost dot 3, and it made me think that dot 3 was something about the shapes being next to each other, but it was just because I went through a shape. So basically, when we do this one, we have divided the shapes. We've divided it into 2 empty islands, but what we don't know is why did the 4th dot get fulfilled? Because if we do this one, for example, and we make 2 empty islands with 2 shapes each in them, we don't get the 4th dot. So the 4th dot somehow involves the position of the shapes. Was there another way to do this? If we did it like this... Oh yeah, look, we also got this one. Is it possible that rule 4 is that islands must touch the edge of the grid? They can't be, like, in the middle? Which is why if we do this... Well, okay, no, it's still not really... No, there's no way to do something like that. I was going to say, like, maybe it needs to touch the edge of the arena on 2 sides of it, but that doesn't really make sense as a rule. But if you look at what's different here is that the islands are sort of boxed in on all sides, but I don't think there's a way to not do that. Right? What if I did... No, because if you do this, that also doesn't satisfy it, so that's still not it. We have to basically figure out some way to push the shapes together to... I just don't know. What if I make the island, like, as small as possible? No, that's not going to do it. I've left an open spot anyway, so I don't get the 5th dot, but... It feels like it must be related to the... Let me see if I can solve this one in a way that doesn't meet dot 4. Oh, here's the interesting thing. When we were messing around with it, I noticed that you can kind of hit dot 4 even if you go through shapes. Like, it's very strange. Could it be that your line has to turn a certain number of times? No, definitely not, because this fulfills it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. What if I do this? Like, it doesn't matter how convoluted I make my line here. It just always works. Even if I do this. 2 islands, they both have 2 shapes. It just works. Does it work though if I don't... See, look, if I don't finish filling in the line, it doesn't work. Doesn't work here. We do get the last dot though, right? Because we made 2 islands and they both have 2 shapes. So they don't have to be the same shape, which we kind of figured because you couldn't do that here. This gets you the 4th dot. So you seem to get the 4th dot when you just look at this. You got the 4th dot here, even though I drew a stupid line, but you still got the 4th dot. It's like you can do anything you want and you just get the 4th dot here for some reason. Except not there. I was gonna say maybe the square can't be on an edge, but no, that's not it. That doesn't get you the 4th dot for whatever reason. Does this get you the 4th dot? Oh, wow, that's a valid answer. That's interesting. So this does not get you the 4th dot, but this does. Does this get you the 4th dot? This gets you the 4th dot. This does not. It's not about the number of tiles, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I didn't think so. 10, 11. No, it's not about the number of tiles. If I look at that though, as soon as I go through the shapes, I get the 4th dot. So here, if I go through only the circle, I don't get it. But if I go through the circle and the square, now I get it. If I go through them and I just keep going, I get the 4th dot. That doesn't get it. But look at that. As soon as I go through the square, I get it. So my best guess is that the 4th dot in some way relates to the line between the circle and the square. Have I ever been able to get the 4th dot if I don't go through the circle and the square? Yes. Why? What if I don't go through either of them? It looks to me like to get the 4th dot, you have to go through 2 different shapes. Because look, if I go through all 4 stars, I don't get it. But when I go through all 4 stars and a circle, suddenly I have it. Whereas if I do this, oh my god, I have it again. Why? Why? Yeah, I mean, 4th dot is definitely the most obscure rule. I mean, the thing about this game to remember is that the rules are always simple. Like you were saying last time, there's never an or, there's never like, oh, you get this dot if you've gone through this line, but only if you're also touching this shape, but not that shape, and only if the line is 3 spaces or 7. Like, it's never a bunch of weird, convoluted shit. It's always something very simple. It's literally just start here, end here, line must be 3 spaces. You know, line must go through the shape that has the least things. Like, it's always something very simple. Each island must have a shape and be 3 tiles. That's like as complicated as it gets. So I don't think rule 4 is going to be some big convoluted mess. It's like, it's always something really simple. It's always something you just put in 1 sentence. Oh, look, this, see, I thought this was going to get me the 4th dot, but it didn't, because I've gone through a bunch of shapes. I was going to say, like, the line can't turn around on itself, if that makes sense. Like, the line has to kind of always keep, it can't go back. No, that's not really it. This doesn't get you the 4th dot, but what if I go through 1 more shape? No. If I end in the square, though, I get it. Yeah, I don't know if I can do... No fourth dot for that. What if I go through the square and come out the other side? No. Go through the square. What if I put the circle in? I've put the circle in the path. Now I get it. Look at this. This does not give you the fourth dot. This does give it to you. If I push the circle one spot, I don't get it. But if I push the circle another spot, I do. Could it be... What if I just encircle the circle? I don't get it. What if I encircle the circle and the square? Now I get it. I was gonna say it might be related to, like, every shape needs to be touching a filled in square or like surrounded by them or something. So like if you go through the circle has multiple filled in squares next to it, so you get the dot or something, but you don't. This you get though. What is giving you this fourth dot? God. Isn't it so weird that you can... What if I encircle... Here, look. I've encircled... The circle is surrounded on 3 sides. The square is surrounded on 4, though. Surrounding the square doesn't do anything. Surrounding the square and surrounding the circle does something. What if I stop just short of surrounding it? I don't get it. I mean, I don't get the dot. I also don't get the rule, but, you know. Surrounding the circle does it. This doesn't do it. If I finish in the circle, now I get the dot. So, okay, it seems to in some way relate maybe to surround... Like, what if I surround this and surround that and surround this and kind of surround that? I've gotten the fourth dot now. Which I've never gotten before on this thing. No matter what I did, I just could not get the fourth dot. But when I do some surroundies, I get it. Surround just 2 of them, get the fourth dot. What if the surrounding isn't super tight? Like I do that, no dot. Surround, 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 surround. Now I get the dot. So if I just do this and try to really surround, like if I surround them like this, can I get the fourth dot? No, this does not get you the fourth dot. It obviously doesn't get you the 5th because you've made unnecessary islands, but it doesn't even give you the 4th. So okay, let's not make any unnecessary islands. And let's surround these. Let's surround. I can't really do this. Maybe I can. What happens if I do this? This won't work. Doesn't give you the fourth dot. You seem to... Okay, let's not make all of the surrounds super tight. Let's do it like this. Can you ever get the fourth dot without different shapes being separated from each other? What do you mean by that? I mean, the answer is yes, because you need to have 2 shapes in each island to get the 5th dot, probably. So yeah, you must be able to get it somehow. Here, okay, these 2 I will surround, the others I will not. Nothing. Surround, 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 surround. If I surround them all, then it works for the 4th dot only, but not for the other dots, not for the 5th dot. So why is it... What if I go through them? Like, going through them should be very bad, but this gets you the 4th dot. Of course, totally. This, oh yeah, it's so 4th dot fulfilling. Just great. Let's push them into the path. This gets you the 4th dot. But you can't push anything into your path because then you lose the 3rd dot, so that's never going to be it. But okay, what if I put them on an island on their own, but I surround, ooh, I surround, still get the 4th dot. But as soon as here, look, I've made this island, which has, there we go. I've made 2 islands that have 2 shapes each, but of course this does not fulfill the 4th dot. I thought it might. I thought there was a chance there, but no. Surround, 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 don't surround. Still gets it. Okay, what if I make the same exact line, but I go all the way straight to the square? So I do, what was it? It was like this, it was like that. This also gets it. What if I surround them all just like this? I don't even... Can I just do the simplest form of having one thing per... Yeah, this just works. This gets you the 4th dot. Like, here, now let's do it another way. Do it like this. We just get that 4th dot no matter what we do, as long as we separate all 4 of them. But of course, you can't separate all 4 of them, so... And if I separate just 2 of them, but then I leave... Can I leave these 2 together? I guess I can't. So let's put these 2 together, but separate these 2. Now it doesn't work. It's weird because it feels like we only get the 4th dot if all of them are separate from each other. But that's not the rule here. We get it for the stars, even though they're not separate. The stars are at the end point created by the island. The 2 shapes are always at the edge, the exact edge of the island made. Except not here. Here they're not. They sort of are because they're... Is it just that they have to... Is it just that... Maybe that's it. The shapes in the unmarked section must be in a corner. They must be in a corner of some sorts, whether it's a corner made by the line or a corner made by the grid. Which happens automatically here. What were some of the things that we did that gave us the 4th one? Yeah, look at this. All shapes in the island are in a corner. Whereas if I do this, all shapes in the island are in a corner. Here, though, all shapes in the island are not in a corner. But now, all shapes in islands are in a corner. I'm feeling good about this, but I am not getting my hopes up. So this one's valid. This was also valid. Ah, it's not in a corner! Freaking... Was I really not onto anything there, though? Was I really not onto anything? What if I just... Maybe it's similar. It's about how many sides next to them are blocked off or filled in. It must be. That just made sense. No, you don't get the 4th dot here. But look, you don't get it because this square is causing a problem. It's making things... You don't get it here because there's a circle, which is not in a corner. It's maybe not a corner, but it's like... It's something about any shapes that are in the island. It's something about what's next to them. Whether it's being boxed in or not having something or having space next to them or... I don't know what, but it's something like that. So here, do I get the 4th dot when I push these stars next to each other? Yes. It could be at least one shape in each island must be in a corner, but that doesn't quite make sense. At least one shape has to be... Does this get you the 4th dot? Yes. Does this get you the 4th dot? This gets you the 4th dot, even though these things are not at all in a corner. They're just in the middle of nowhere. It's... Oh, no. No, my theory was bad. Apparently my theory was bad. But our working angle is that it does in some way relate to... Look, see, you don't get it for this. You do not get the 4th dot for this. But as soon as you encircle the square, suddenly you have the 4th dot. So it must in some way relate to shapes that are in islands must have some sort of environment around them. Maybe... No. They need to be boxed in on 2 sides. It doesn't matter if it's a corner. They just need 2 things next to them. And that thing could be another shape. So this one has the right side and the left side. There's something there. And then this one is walled in on the left and has a shape to its right. I'm just getting more vague though, so I feel like that's not going to be the rule. But this doesn't give you the 4th one, even though they are all kind of boxed in on some sides. But as soon as I go through the square, now I have it. So look, this gets you no 4th dot. This does get you the 4th dot. You can push the triangles into each other, yeah. And then go through them. Gives you the 4th dot. If I push them into each other but don't go through them, no dot. If I go through just 2 of them but not the other 2, no dot. Oh, no, here, look, no. Here's why this gives you the 4th dot. The rule is any shapes that are in a non-filled in island must have X. So if you go through everything, there are no shapes that can fail the rule. So it always works. See, look, if I go through every shape, I get the 4th dot. If I go through almost every shape but leave that one, well, I still get the 4th dot because, of course. Maybe it's just that they need to have a filled in line in all 4 directions in every available direction, even if it's not right next to it. No, that's not it here because there's no filled in line. If you do this, it's valid. If you do that, you still get the 4th line. Yeah, I don't know then. This gets you the 4th line. This gets you the 4th line. Right, you cannot draw lines through any shapes. No, definitely not. This gets you the 4th line as well. What about this? Also gets you the 4th line. Still gets you the 4th line. What if I leave just one space? Still have the 4th line. That gets you the 4th line. That doesn't. That doesn't. This does not get you the 4th line, but if you just finish that column, suddenly you have the 4th dot. Why? What has changed? There's a square next to a What has changed? What if instead of going into the square, I go into this instead? Now I get the fourth dot. That gives the fourth dot. If I go like that, I get the fourth dot. If I go through both of them, I get the fourth dot. If I go through these, I get the fourth dot. This gets you the fourth dot. There's just so many ways to get the fourth dot, but I don't know what the hell it is. It's so easy to get the fourth dot. You basically can't miss it, no matter what you do in this one. Same type. Could. But the square and the star aren't the same type, right? So. Like, it's weird. You can get the fourth dot whether you close in the star or whether you close in the square. Same types together. I mean, that's kind of what, yeah, I mean, but what's your proposal for a rule? That no... Because, right, we suddenly start failing dot 4 when we have different shapes. Yeah, that's probably it. So wait a minute. Wait. No, I think you might be right. It's that simple. Dot 4 is that just two shapes that are not the same type cannot be together. So when you do this, the square is with the stars, so that's bad. And then as soon as you do this, the square is on its own, so it's good. Okay, you're right, Gemma. You're a genius. You solved it. You figured out the rule. It is actually that simple. Shapes of different types cannot be together in an island. That's exactly it. That's why we can kind of just get the fourth dot no matter what we do. Yeah, it's that simple. But obviously, though, it gets... That's why surrounding is... Yeah, okay. Shapes that are not the same type cannot be together. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's that easy. Wow. You know why I was stuck? Not stuck, but I was thinking like, but how could you do that on this one? They're all different shapes, but they're not all different shapes. It's not up, down, left, right. It's up, up, down, down. Yeah, okay, wow. So it's actually that simple. Okay. It is actually that simple. Wow. I can't believe that I didn't realize that. I guess the main reason I didn't realize it is just because I thought these were all four different, but they're not. You can have... You just have to do this. Oh, but you... No, wait, that didn't do it. Like, the... wait, no. Okay, well, this is actually going to be hard even once you know what to do, but... Can I... There, I've gotten... I don't know, it's kind of difficult. Even once you know what to do, this is going to be difficult, isn't it? No, that's not gonna... It's not gonna work. This will fulfill the fourth dot, though, yeah. How the hell are you gonna get this one to be in the same spot as this one? Oh, no, wait. If only there was one extra line on the bottom, one grid on the bottom, I could... Okay. So, like, okay, let's try to do this really simple. Move these over. I almost had it? With what? Yeah, but it wasn't... Here. I need... Can I... Oh, wait, what if I... Here, wait. I want to... I want to give this one some room. The first path, I don't remember anymore though. Let's push this one aside, but then give this a path to still connect. No, that doesn't work. What if I go from the bottom? That's probably not it, but I want to try. No, this doesn't work at all. At least I understand the rule now. It was actually incredibly simple, so I do feel a little silly that I didn't get it. Oh, no, because I can't reach the exit like this. That's the issue. Like, no matter what I do, because this second triangle is like down here near the wall, the only way to close it in and then still make it is to block off the thing from each other. There's no... This is hard. Oh, no, it's the same issue. It's always the same issue. How do I avoid this issue? Can I start with this one? I feel like that's unlikely, but I can try. I guess I sort of want to think about what it's going to look like when it's done. Like, there's gonna need to be... Let me get this open in Paint for a moment, actually. So I can kind of show you what I'm thinking of. All right, well, thanks, Jim. Bye. Okay, so let's get this open in Paint. What am I looking for? Window capture. It could be, but I'm just banning it either way, so... Okay. Paint, where is this? All right, so let me try to show you what I'm thinking. If you 4K viewer streamers play this game, I'm not worried about it. It's a troll, or it's just some immature kid. So okay. Basically, like, you're gonna need to create like a corridor, right? Sort of, but you can't do that while, like, if you could make something like this, but you can't. But that's sort of what I'm thinking. Like, it usually involves making a corridor somehow. Like, that's kind of the only way to do it. Like, I've seen puzzles like this probably in The Witness before, where that's what you have to do, right? Like, you would start here, and then you kind of loop those two in and then go around. But there's no way to do that. There's no way to do that in this, because you can't loop back around. Like, as soon as you go around the edge, you block it in because you can't get back around. So try pushing the first triangle left and down. Left and down. Oh, yeah, like getting it around the edge. That's so smart. That's so smart. Yeah, that's it. That's the solution. Good job, Gemma. You got it. You almost got it. But how do you... Can I go here? No, because how do you then... You can't have an island with no shapes in it is the issue. So if I push it... if I push it down, left... No. What was it again? Push it left and down. Left, down. What did I do again? I did this. It works for the fourth dot, but you can't have this little island left here on the other side. But it's a pretty good idea. It just needs a little bit of tinkering. Can you like do that? No, because now you can't get it down anymore. You started with left and down. Can I go down and then left? Not really. Oh, no, not, this could work actually. Wait, go there. Just get it down in the corner. Yes. Thanks. You solved it. You basically solved it. Okay, so that's actually pretty simple. Because it was like, right, you just needed to, right. So I was kind of trying to keep pushing the shapes more in the middle and like looping around them, but you don't have to loop at all. That was completely wrong. All you have to do is, as long as you push it down to the bottom of the arena, then you can just do anything. It just works, right? So you just needed to push one of them all the way to the side because that's how it's really easy to just create a simple line like that. I see. Nice. Good one. All right, well, now we know all the rules. We still have to come back to this one, which is going to be annoying. This one is still going to be hard. Though at least the shapes that you want are next to each other. That's good at least. Wait, is it just... Oh no, I was going to say is it just that, but it's not. But can you just do this? Okay, that's actually very easy. But then you have this one, which is hard. Yeah. This is the one, this one doesn't have the fourth dot as a rule. Like, you get the fourth dot automatically because there are no shapes in the islands. But it's hard to figure out how to do the puzzle. Like, this is basically what you want. You want to... I'm certain that you can't do it if you just start in a circle like this. Definitely not. You have to push the circle into your starting point. That's definitely it, because otherwise you can't fill in every space. You can almost fill in every space, but not quite. So I'm sure you have to push the circle into the starting point somehow. But I don't quite know what else to do from there. I don't think you can start here. You can't start in spot 2 or 4, right? Because then you will always have the space in the top that you can't fill in. So you can't start here, you can't start here. You can't, you almost can start in the corner, but I don't know if you can fill in every space like that. If you start in the corner like that, then the only way to get the circle into the starting point is to push it up. Yeah, you have to keep pushing it up immediately. You can't not. Oh, you can do this. No, but then you can't get the square. So I don't know about the corner either. I feel like it's most likely to be this. This just looks more likely, but it still always leaves out... Oh, no, you can't even end like that. Oh, whatever. That one is likely, or maybe just this. This is still kind of impossible, though, so... Is there another way? It could be this. It's still, though, God, it's always so close, but it just doesn't quite... This is such an interesting one, though, because it's not... It doesn't use the fourth dot, so it's just a... It's kind of like a standalone puzzle that doesn't really have much to do with the other ones. But it's probably just that they like the idea of like, oh, you can push your own starting point into itself. So they wanted to use that for one puzzle, but they couldn't integrate it with also needing to do the shape thing. So like the final puzzle, wow, the final puzzle doesn't even care about the fact that you need to have the same shapes together. The final puzzle is like standalone, though. It's, how do you do it? It's probably not that hard to do, though, right? I feel like I might just like get it in one shot. No, I don't think so. Almost. Almost. Whatever, I'm not doing this one now. I'm doing this one. Is there any way that it can be anything other than these starting points? Like, can you start here? Nah, that's silly. You can't start there. Well... Wow, you can almost start there. What if you start here? No, that's too far. That's too much. Well... No, that's too much. But you can start here. And that would be a very poetic solution, right? Start on the square. Because you can do it. Yeah, same, basically. But this... it's so close. It's so close, but it just doesn't... This one just feels right, but I don't... can you go like there? No, because then the square is in a bad spot. If you're pushing the circle into this, you have to push the square out. And then if you push the square out, you always have one space left over. So maybe this isn't it? It's just so... I think the developers, if they want to be clever, would really want you starting in the square on this one and pushing the circle into it. That just... It just feels right. But I guess it can't be that because there's just no way. There's no way to finish. Because, like, yeah, you just can't. The only way to get the circle in, like, you can't go out here because now your square would be in a... You can do this, this, that. If only I could go up one, I could push the circle down into it. Doesn't really make sense. You got a solution that runs from the square to the circle? Well, can't you just mirror it then? It has to work in reverse. It's symmetrical. Yeah, it's symmetrical. You have the answer then. Huh, well, how did you do that? Could it be that you start here? No, you can't start here. Like this. So if I start here, can I do anything? I can get... No, because you can't loop around. Like, if I could somehow loop out and go like... No, even then you can't do anything. You can't start here. That's not it. I want to try a few more unconventional things, like starting here. No, it doesn't work. What if I start here? No. Here. The fact that you can't enter on the bottom and like loop and come out the top again means that's probably not part of the answer. But... Yeah, I mean, I figured you have to be able to. horizontally, not vertically, huh? Wouldn't it be a vertical flip? Because the square and the circle are vertically flipped. Oh, well, no, I can sort of see how you could, yeah. Okay, well, push it in there. Wait, is this it? Probably not, because what if I just adjust my line to go like this? Oh, but I can't because the square is here. Yeah, no. Sort of a hint. How did you get it backwards? You would have had to... Maybe you did. Maybe you started from the circle and you pushed like that and then you... No, this always leaves one thing out. It just does. There's no way to... It just would make so much sense if you have to start in the square. It really would. But it just doesn't work. You can't. What if you... Can you finish like... No. Can you go around here for... That doesn't make any sense. I mean, this is the inspiration. This just feels right. It just feels right to start in the square. Can I do it like that? No, because you can't ever go to the right then, because then the square would get pushed into it. So you can't go right, but you can go like this. No, this doesn't work at all now. Same issue. It feels right, but that does not mean it is right. Yeah, there's no way. There's just no way to fill in both of those squares, so you just won't be able to. I guess starting in the middle could still be relatively poetic. No, it isn't. It's the same issue, really. I feel like I can get it if I just keep trying random things and it'll eventually just kind of come into place, but I don't I don't know for sure. It could be missing something. Almost, but no. Can I modify this slightly? I started here. Can I start here and go down a bit first? I don't think so. No, because you get locked into the bottom. If you did this... Wow, it's so close. It's so close. It only leaves out one square. Ugh. It feels good. Like, if you can fill in the whole left half so that when you reach the square, all you have to do is push it down in the corner, that's strong. Anything is strong if you enter the square from the right and then just push it down. If you can do that, you're always going to be in a really good position. So that could be part of the answer. I might just need to tweak the first half a little bit. It would mean that you always need to be able to come into the square. You can also do this. This is interesting, right? As long as you push that square from the right, you can fill in so much of the grid. So it's like, oh, but the only way to push the square from the right is to come up here. So, okay. You can fill in a lot of the grid if you push the square in from the right. So how can you arrive at here? It's not like, I mean, this is actually so close if you literally just start in the circle, but it's not good enough. And the only way to push the circle around would be to go below it. You can go below the circle. You can, like, you need to leave this space here open to push right. But if you've done that, you can fill in any amount of the bottom grid. So if you want to fill in only this because you want to start here, that kind of works. Like if I start here, grab these, do this. So close. So close. That's so close. Now I've lost whatever I had. Just loop around a little bit more. It's so close, but there's no way to get this one because it's not like you can start here. You certainly cannot. You definitely cannot. If I push the circle into a corner, can I do that? God, no. No, no, no. Almost. Almost. Let's give this a couple more minutes and then we have to get ready for the next match. I like this idea. I really like this. This is just so elegant. Finish the set. Well, the last one isn't really hard. What are the rules about where you can start? You just have to start in a circle. That's it. But as in, a circle must be the first thing in your line. You don't have to start in the circle because you can push the circle into your starting point. The last puzzle doesn't look like it's going to be hard. I mean, at this point, we know the rules, right? So it's just going to be kind of tinkering with it until we get something good. Which maybe I can almost do it. No. You think you have a solution? Okay, go for it. What's the starting point in your solution? This is so good. Top left corner. Okay. And then you can't push the circle into it unless you can't push it in from the bottom, right? No. Well, you might be able to if you get the square there. Push the circle right. Right. How do you get it into the top left then? Go like that. Well, you have to start in a circle. The circle has to be in the starting spot, so yeah. I like this. I really like this as an ending. Is there any chance that can just be the start? No, because if you leave this tile anywhere other than pushing right, then you just don't have a shot for the square anymore, really. Right? Yeah, no, you don't. Can I push it there so that it's ready to be pushed down, but then don't do that just yet? this almost works, but can I go... Oh, I can. Hi. I can do the thing. Cool, 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 cool. Got it. Okay. So I was basically on I was on some tracks that worked out. This is still sort of a poetic starting point because it's in the middle. But the main thing I feel helped me was just the... Is that not the answer you got? The main thing I think helped me was that I was... Yeah, sure. Sure, show me. Tell me how to... or show it to me on Discord and I'll put it in. The main thing that helped me was sort of thinking about how I really wanted to push the square to the right here because it just enabled clean solutions. I don't think I quite grasped why, but I think it's just that if you do this, you have an even number of squares up here, and like it just, no matter what you do from there, you can always kind of get the square where you need it. So I think that's sort of what helped, was realizing that. And then I was like, well, if you push this in, you know, I was like, oh, it just works. Everything works. Very cool. All right. So it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't really get the logic, but I was just spending enough time working with the grid and the shapes kind of just gave me an intuition about how to make the square work. Just because of realizing that pushing it right just seemed like it needed to be part of the solution. You start at the side. Interesting. Let me see if I can figure out your solution. I'll look at it in a moment. I'll look at it for... let me try. So if you started on a side... The issue is I really want to push the square right, so it's hard if I don't do that. No, I'm not going to look at it. I'll just look at yours. Oh, no, yours is completely different, but yours is much more elegant. So this is Para's solution. It was start on the side. Yeah, I think a lot of the key is realizing, like, if you enter the bottom segment from here, you have an odd number of loops, and so you get stuck. But if you enter it at the right, like, it's about figuring out how to work through those sections. So the way you did it is like this, like that. You push the square down, actually, and then the circle in, and then... Or wait, no, I've messed up. You push the square down, and then right, and then down again. Yeah, this one's more convoluted than mine, I think. I think you found a harder solution. Okay, so we will... we'll take a break here again, and then we'll come back and finish solving this one. So we are going to switch back to Spy Party. There's a match between June and Scout. So change the title again. June versus Scout Hexagon Cup match. Switched thing back to Spy Party. Yeah, I mean, the principles... I don't know how I would define the principles of it, but I would say the principles are just sort of like... It was just sort of about knowing that you kind of want to end by pushing the square into a corner somewhere, and you want it to be done in sort of a smooth way where you can kind of fill in a large swath of the puzzle at once. So for me, it was kind of wanting to just kind of do this because it made sense. Yours was harder, but it still mostly involved just kind of filling in the whole bottom half all at once. So, wait, let me fill this in again before I lose it. Was it? What was it? What was it? It was there. I can't remember what I did anymore. Oh, I started by pushing right. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, this is still a pretty tough puzzle though, but it's a satisfying one. Okay.